We're about to do the coin toss. Hey guys, just huddle up. Get ready.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 NBBA World Series of Beep Baseball Game of the Day broadcast. The World Series of Beep Baseball presented by Mind's Eye Radio in the St. Louis Lighthouse and sanctioned by the National Beep Baseball Association. Double elimination bracket play moves on. We are now down to 8 teams who are in the winner's side of the double elimination bracket, and our second featured game of the day comes to you from Field 12 once again, and it is the 4th-seeded BSO Philly Fire and the 5th-seeded Bayou City Heat. We had the Heat yesterday. They were the 6th then. They won that game and took over the 5. Both of these teams won earlier today, convincingly in their first games, and so they match up here in what is only appropriate for a warm summer day in St. Charles. The Heat and the Fire. David Benny alongside Rosina Foster. And Rosina, we're really getting down to the nitty-gritty as far as competitive teams. Only 8 teams are left without a loss, and by the end of this game, there'll only be 4 teams headed into tomorrow.
So we do have the Philly Fire off on the third base side on our left, wearing their gray jerseys with flame-colored logo on the front. They're lined up on the base to get their blindfold checks. And on our right, on the first base side, we have the Heat wearing their white and black jerseys. They're all taking have a huddle and taking a knee over there. And I'll take a minute at this time to let you know about our sponsors for this game. We really appreciate, we can't put all this on without our sponsors. We have accessibilityofficer.com, Bosma Enterprises, S&J's Catering LLC, the Ed Fitzpatrick team at Cross Country Mortgage, Raising Canes, and St. Louis Lighthouse for the Blind. You'll hear a little bit more about them later in the game as we get going. This is sure to be, it's starting to get hot, and it's going to be hot as both of these teams' names claim, Fire and Heat. But which one is going to be hotter?
Well, we're about to find out, and the Philly Fire won the toss. They are home. The Bayou City Heat will be up to bat first. And we've got a little bit of breaking news on that front. We've had our second home run of the World Series hit now. Guess who? Tanner Gears of the Bayou City Heat hit one in the 6th inning against the Hurricanes in that 21-8 victory earlier today. He will be the leadoff hitter for the Heat. We saw him yesterday. He was our Hannigan Team Realty Player of the Game in their win 14-12 over the Boston Renegades. The Heat are playing very well. The Philly Fire a little banged up. Casey Krause has had a nagging shoulder injury. Their fine shortstop, and he is in the lineup as the designated hitter, but he will not be playing the field as he is a little banged up for this game. We'll see how that affects the Fire. When you talk about these two teams, the first thing that jumps out to me is the pitching matchup. You've got the new man on the block, Pat Krause for the Philly Fire, and Fonzie Medrano, the old school, for the Heat. It's going to come down to fly balls, contact. Both of these teams can play D. Both of these teams can bang. That's why we're here, and I think we're about to see a barn burner.
I think this is going to be an excellent, excellent game. It's going to be tight every inning and very intense. Yeah, I know you talk about Tanner hitting that home run today and yesterday when we had him on the game. All his little dances and sliding. I can only imagine how excited and happy he was after he got that homer today.
And as the leadoff hitter for his team, he is the catalyst, and he does bring a lot of the energy and the excitement. And a lot of times when he's running hot, the Heat are running hot because it just fires up the rest of that roster. Let's see if he can carry that in to today. The 2022 Hall of Fame inductee, Tanner Gears. For the Philly Fire, you've got a couple key players. You got, of course, Casey Krause, who's still in the lineup in the batting order, and you've got Tyler Rodriguez, who's having an MVP-type season on both sides of the ball for Philly.
So the Heat is now lined up on the right side to have their blindfold checks, as the Philly Fire have all checked out and have already made their way into their places
And Dave
out
Benny
on the
is not
field.
wearing any pants.
Wow, I think we got that twice now, didn't we? No,
Yes, we've got that twice now. We may as well introduce our officials now. And in fact I'm wearing some blue jeans, ladies and gentlemen, and a golf shirt. As I sit here next to Rosina Foster, my play-by-play. Officials for this game, John Lykowski, a veteran umpire, also our league treasurer, does a great job for us. He is the plate umpire, and his better half, dare I say, Karen Lykowski, our official scorekeeper. Eric Warnhoff, we are pleased to have him. If you've heard Eric's name before, you should have in these parts. He is the CEO of the St. Louis Lighthouse, one of our presenting sponsors. We are thrilled to have him as our base operator. I'm sorry, as our field ump. So we're pleased to have Eric Warnhoff here. We've also, of course, Jason Frazier from Mind's Eye. Their CEO's been running around all week long helping put on this tournament, and so you're just thrilled to have everybody on hand for this one.
And our base runner is Joshua Warren, going to be running our bases. Almost finished up with the blindfold check here on our right. Fonzie headed out to the pitcher's area.
There are 4 games going on in this quarterfinal winner's bracket of the double elimination. 4 games involving teams on the winner's side of the bracket. So far, all chalk. The Indy Thunder, the top seed, taking on the Chicago Comets. The 8 seed, of course, that's opposite this game here. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Indy Thunder and the Chicago Comets. On the other side of the bracket, the hometown favorite, Gateway Archers, they're just rolling along. They're taking on the New Jersey Titans, who we saw in our last game. Look very good, especially on defense. That might be an interesting one. And then the 3-6 matchup, the defending 2-time world champion Indy Edge and the Boston Renegades. There are also elimination games going on at this same time. The 9 through 12 seeds have a bye because there's 20 teams here. They don't play right now, but 13 through 20 are playing, and so I'm sorry, 14 through 20, I suppose it would be, are playing, and so you've got games going on there for elimination.
Yeah, and just a quick shout out to, again, one of our sponsors, accessibilityofficer.com, as we're getting ready to start this game up. Have you ever struggled to get a job? Forget that job. What about just getting an interview? If you haven't heard of the Getting Hired Playbook, that's how blind people like you today are getting job interviews left and right. And even better, getting those job offers from companies that they actually want to work for. The next GHP training starts in August. So go to accessibilityofficer.com. That's accessibility is with 2 A's. accessibilityofficer.com.
So as we look at the Bayou City Heat batting order, what do you have for us, Rosina?
I don't have one. I have not received one
Well,
yet, but I'm going to assume they're going to follow their traditional.
Well, you'll have Gears leading
Tanner
off. We know
Gears,
that.
he's
Yeah.
already up there. I'm going to assume that Grant will be on deck. Daryl Miner, Noah Fenney, Lupe Perez, and Alex Gonzalez. But this is all just hypothetical at this point because I did not get. Everything we're running behind from the games running a little long from the previous game.
Well, we know pitcher Fonzie Medrano is here, and he brings with him the heat.
So Tanner is up at home plate.
Hey, game time, here we go.
All right, play ball. Here we
Karen,
go.
can you hear me? Karen, can you hear me?
That
is Pat.
Pat Krause, the fired-up pitcher for the BSO Philly Fire. This is a great pitching matchup
Fonzie hopping up and down out at the pitcher's mound, and we've got the call.
Here we go for a place in tomorrow's semifinals.
Catching action on that as it rolls off the top of the bat and just a hair to the right.
I always get a little nervous when he fouls one back because he swings with such power it could come back here.
It's going to be another foul going to the right again.
Oh, he's right there. He's just a little bit behind it. If he gets the head of the bat out there on the top of the bat, it's going to go flying again.
And it's going to be a hard swing there. So that is going to be an out for Tanner.
That's a gift for the Philly Fire. And, you know, sometimes you come out a little bit too amped up. Everything can't be a home run.
Going to be Grant coming up second for the Heat.
This is their talented rookie, one of two talented rookies in the lineup.
A base check.
That's one thing the Heat did not do yesterday is strike out a bunch, and it's one thing they cannot afford to do today.
Getting a touch on that as it goes foul on the right. You can see Tyler was already halfway across the field, ready to help back up on the right.
Yeah, so far they're all behind. They're behind the ball. They're not getting around on it. And they're fouling it off to the right.
We have a quick shoe tying here. Grant taking his gloves off to stick them into his pocket so he can tie that shoe.
Megan Fink is the defensive fielder starting in place of Casey Krause.
Yeah, she is in short right. There's Nick Silver deep out and right behind her. Grant getting his gloves back on so he can prepare to bat.
So they will have Tyler Rodriguez playing up there at shortstop where Casey Krause ordinarily plays, correct?
Yes.
That's what they do, and Tyler's been doing that a lot this year. Casey got banged up in the championship game of the Indy tournament in a loss to the Archers. Missed Bolingbrook, came back at the end of the Beast of the East.
Oh, the ball just over the top of the bat. Tyler hopping up and down out in the field with his bright blue socks and shoes. Just over the top. And just over the top, another out for the Heat. That is rough first off at the beginning. We have Daryl Miner coming up next.
Not good back-to-back strikeouts to start the game. The Heat need to get going here. They can't give away outs to a potent Philly Fire offense. Daryl Miner, he played well yesterday as well.
Getting that base check.
Quiet, please, while we're here in the bases. All right, here we go. You heard enough? You got a good feel for where the bases are? Yeah. All right, let's play. 2 outs, play. Go!
Getting a touch on that, dropping straight down. Just over the top. A little bit of shake of the head there from Fonzie.
Sometimes it just takes one to get you going as a pitcher. He hadn't found good contact yet.
And almost taking off Fonzie's head as it goes deep into center, and he runs towards first. They're scrambling for the ball. He's got it. That is going to be the first run, not only for the Heat, but for the game.
Bang, right up the middle, and it was split the defense, and that's Daryl Miner's game, is hard up the middle, catch me if you can. Good job. Now let's see if that heats the Fonzie and the Bayou City offense up 1 in, 2 outs, top of the first. Just
Noah
getting
up
going.
at bat, and if he can get a connection on here, he's an extremely hard hitter.
Noah Finney, the second of the outstanding rookies for the
Gonna
Heat.
get a new ball. Fonzie pitching and gonna need a new Fonzie ball.
It is a little nasal.
Holding up the ball to see if that agrees with the outfield.
So when you hear a ball that's kind of nasal like
And
that,
not wanting that one, we're gonna try a different one.
the risk you run is that a good hit will kill it. I mean, that was probably loud enough for the defense to be able to hear it, but you don't want a good hit to result in a dead ball if you can help it.
Oscillating for a while. That was, yeah. All right.
You don't like that one either?
These are all the new ones, right? That's all you. Do you have any new ones?
Huh?
Do you have any new ones?
And
That's what they gave us to start the game.
while we have a
Rotating
delay,
through.
maybe we should talk about the lunch that was provided to us earlier today. Boy, was it good.
They did supply Raising Cane's, brought in some chicken fingers, some fries, and a little bit of bread for us all. It was delivered. Each team, all the volunteer scorekeepers and umpires, all received a lovely lunch via Raising Cane's.
What you are hearing now is balls being sampled to see if we can find the best one to use as the game ball here. As you get deeper into the tournament, sometimes, you know, the best balls, which you're going to reserve some for the championship game, of course, but they can become hard to find. But here we go, back to action.
The base check, a little warbly on third. Just getting a taste of that. Have a time. That ball's warbling as well. Oh, sounds like a sick bird.
Try and put this in a seat.
Now we have a chorus.
I want to call for more balls.
Fortunately, we're not far from the headquarters where the balls can be had, so they should be able to run. If they need to run another supply, they should be able to run them over here in fairly short order. You don't want delays like this in the game. Sort of interrupts the competitive flow of the game.
And we saw how that turned out for the Heat yesterday.
And Boston, and the Heat ended up on the right side of that. Boston really never got their mojo back after that delay for that interesting rule discussion.
Bat up at the ready. Just sliding underneath that pitch. And that is holding the bat out up over home plate. Getting a hard contact on that's going to be a short pop up into right as he runs for first. It is rolled foul just as he gets to first base. That's a tough run. He'll have to come back and try again.
Man, and that's tough for the umpire too, because he has to wait to be absolutely sure, and by the time he called it foul, it was a complete base run there. He's going to have to walk it all the way back. But the last thing you want to do, especially in a big game, is make a premature foul ball call and then have it end up on the other side of the line. So
Tyler waving to the airplanes as they go by overhead out in the field while we wait to... No, it's now made it back to home plate.
Tyler's sort of the emotional catalyst of the Philly Fire, kind of sort of as Tanner Gears is for
the Heat.
the Bayou City Heat. We've seen Tyler for years, all the way back to his World Championship Thunder days.
Excellent defensive player.
And very demonstrative when he's up at the plate and out in the field. A good dude too.
And that's going to be a strike. And that brings the Fire back in.
And that's an ominous start for Bayou City as Fonzie struck out the side. And now we'll see this Philly Fire offense, which has served them so well this year. The Fire placing second in one tournament and winning the Beast of the East.
So Heat making their way out to the field. And have you ever struggled to get a job? You might want to check out accessibilityofficer.com. That's how blind people like you today are getting job interviews left and right. And even better, getting those offers from companies they want to work for. That's accessibility with 2 A's, accessibilityofficer.com.
Pat Krause, the Honorable Pat Krause, will pitch to this Philly Fire lineup. Justin Rhines will lead it off. Tyler Rodriguez will bat second. John Margist will bat third, followed by Scott Hogwood, and then Nick Silver and Casey Krause, filling the designated hitter role today, will round out this potent Philly Fire batting order. Speed, scoring potential, power, hitting to all fields. They've got players in the lineup that can do all of it. Great speed at the top and at the bottom, and bangers in the middle with Margist and Hogwood. And they've been staked to a 3-up, 3-down inning via the strikeout. And so now they really have the advantage. Let's see what they can do.
So we do have Justin standing back just off a home plate as Pat gets a couple practice tosses to limber up that arm. Justin gonna step up. He's wearing as a orange headband of sorts across his head. Underneath his mindfold, we're getting a count out in the field from the Heat. Pat checking to make sure that they are all ready.
Justin Rhines, the leadoff hitter, left fielder, the son of the head coach, Jeff Rhines, and it was a time he was injured to start the season and missed the first several tournaments. There was a time we wondered if we were going to see him at the World Series, but he is healthy now and he's back into his leadoff role. A ton of speed. He's kind of like Zach. Turner, who we saw earlier. Similar skill set.
And it's going to be a strike.
I recommend don't swing the bat there. You almost hit this guy.
No, I know. I'm good.
Okay.
No, I have him.
You're swinging a bat and the on deck circle. Okay, good. All right, let's go. One strike.
He is in his
John Lykowski making sure everybody's safe. He's been doing this for 40 years, one of our most veteran officials. The NBBA is in its 47th year.
just underneath the swing.
To give you any idea, John Lykowski's been around since about the third year of this league. He's done just about all of it. He pitched for a long time.
Solid connection. It's going to be foul on the right, basically going foul at first base.
The Philly Fire placed second in the Indy Thunder tournament to the Gateway Archers in the Bonanza in for early June, won the Beast of the East tournament over the Boston Renegades here a few weeks ago.
Back up at home plate.
It's been an up and down season for the Fire. They haven't always had all of their players. They've had injuries. They at times haven't played well, but they've really closed strong and they look like they're ready.
Nice pop off, going foul on the right. And the difference here on these teams right now is the Fire off on our left. The teammates are standing up outside their tent, ready to cheer on and support. Yeah, you can see the Heat on my right, all conserving energy, staying in the shade up underneath their tent.
Well, the Fire are a younger team from top to bottom than the Heat, other than the Heat's rookies.
Going just underneath for a strike. It's going to bring Tyler up.
Well, so the Fire start out the game the same way the Heat did, with a strikeout of their leadoff hitter. We haven't had a ball put in play yet by these two high-caliber teams. See if they can get lunch out of their system, and let's start playing beat ball here as we have Tyler Rodriguez coming up. He hardly ever strikes out. He was Jared Woodard's best contact hitter through the Thunder dynasty. Wasn't always their top scorer, but he was the one he could always count on to put the ball in play, and he's having his best year of his career, in my opinion, here with the Philly Fire.
Just over the top of that pitch. Catching a little piece as it rolls back up over the bat.
Tyler, just like his brother Eric, got his start in the Chicago Comets organization under the tutelage of J.T. Herzog. Played 2 years there, then went to the Thunder. They won 5 championships together, and then he moved out to Philadelphia. Joined the Fire.
Pop up, short center. Let's see if it's fair. He's running to third. It's going to be foul. It never made it past the fair line.
Now, in Oklahoma last year on those fields, that probably would have made it over the line. But these balls are hitting and sticking, and so he'll come back and do it again.
Jogging it up a little bit.
Tyler was the MVP of the Beast of the East tournament, getting it done on both sides of the ball. He hit over 700 for the tournament and led the tournament in putouts. Can't do much better than that. For the 5-time world champion,
Tyler's got his blue Oreo socks on.
Tyler's mother, Lisa Gilchrist, the longtime spotter, will be inducted into the Hall of Fame on Saturday. And I have a feeling someday Tyler will get there.
Nice hard line drive out into the center as he runs to first. They're going after it, but he's already plumb tackled and water slid right over first base.
Yeah, he just ripped it right back from whence it came. Good job by Tyler. That's solid. That's what he does. Fire on the board, 1-0 Philly. Just getting going, bottom of the first. No, I had 3 strikeouts. Is it? Maybe it is. I guess it's a 1-1 tie.
game.
Did we miss a run then?
I
Daryl
have
Minor, you know
1-1.
what?
I have 1-1.
We did. I reported the score wrong. Daryl Minor scored with 2 outs in the top of the first. Thank you very much, scorer's table. That's why it's right in front of us. So it is 1-1. Minor with a run, Rodriguez with a run. 1 out, bottom of the first, tie game.
John up at bat. Gonna go head down to check third base. Or first. We're gonna have a timeout from the ump.
Good. That'll give us a time to reset. Since I got us a little bit off track, folks. In the top of the first, Tanner Gears struck out, Grant Simpson struck out, Daryl Minor scored, and Noah Finney struck out. And then in the second, in the bottom of the first, Ryan struck out for the Fire. Rodriguez scored, so that's where we're at. 1-1, 1 out, bottom 1.
With Johnny up.
And Margist at the plate. Now you've got their power. Now you've got Margist and Hogwood here.
Nice. Same high line drive over. He's running to third, and it is out. Let's say they're going to call.
They're going to call
it
it
a
dead.
dead
We'll
ball.
see. We'll see.
We're going to wait and get confirmation. Might have dead base as well. Oh no, I can hear it warbling barely.
Philly is challenging that there was a double call. Bayou City says there was a dead ball. What's the story? We'll find out as we play in this 4-5 winners bracket matchup, tied at 1 in the bottom of the first.
We do have that dead ball as Johnny comes back to home plate.
So no harm, no foul on either side. We'll come back and do it again.
All right, Johnny, here we go. Don't worry about killing.
New ball.
That is what a new beat baseball sounds like. Nice and loud and even pitch.
Couple toss tosses back and forth here.
That was the first pitch of the at-bat, so there's no count on the batter. John Margist. He was an all-star. Performed very well at our... The Philly Fire have traditionally done well over the last couple years at the all-star events. 4 of them at least will be back this year.
Pop up foul. Almost to John. They're almost catching it.
Somebody plays softball or baseball.
Oh yeah, he used to play a lot of ball.
Resetting that bat up along home plate. And up at the shoulder. Pop up out far deep into left as he runs to third. His hat's come off. They're scrambling for it. That's going to be another run for Philly.
He don't need a hat to score a run, and he just did, and that was popped back to the back line. You heard 2 defenders say over me, and that's 2-1 now. Bayou City trails by 1. Fire are making good contact. Pat Krause is right on the bats here. After the Ryan strikeout, he's gotten solid hits from Rodriguez and Margis. And now's here maybe their most powerful hitter, Scott Hogwood. And now then you'll get the rest of their speed on deck with Silver and then Krause.
Scott playing on this team with his daughters. Let's see what we've got.
A couple of his daughters.
Yep, we've got Dakota and Lexi.
Dakota's a player, Cam is a spotter, and also the wife of Cam's a spotter, and also the wife of Tyler Rodriguez. So it's a real family affair. Plus you got Pat and Casey Krause, Justin and Jeff Rhines. And John Margist and Gina Natoli. So it really is a family affair. Plus, Francis Krause helps out with scorekeeping, and there's Hogwoods, Krauses, and Rhines left and right for the BSO Philly Fire.
Popping right back into the catcher.
2 in, 1 out so far for Philly. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Thunder and the Comets tomorrow morning in a semifinal.
Hard hit deep into left as he runs for third again. Richie saying it's behind him. Grant trying to get it, and he's out. Grant Simpson got it. Scott is saying no. They're probably going to go check down here at the base. If that isn't out, that was Grant Simpson.
Boy, and that was deep, wasn't it?
It was deep. He came over from this almost a center left.
It took a couple of extra seconds for Scott to hit that base there, and he was closing in on the ball. They're going to check this.
So John is checking. He is out. They're maintaining that. It goes to Grant Simpson.
The out for the rookie, Grant Simpson. What a play by Grant Simpson. Not to be confused with Simpson, a longtime NBBA name. That's Simpson, S-I-M-P-S-O-N. Boy, oh boy. 2 outs in the inning, 2 runs in, still 2-1 Philly. And now Nick Silver to the plate. The St. Louis native. He is local to the area.
Test the bases.
He's been with the Philly Fire a couple of years, has Nick Silver. Prior to that was with the Indy Edge, Chicago Comets, RHI Extreme.
High, super high, hard pop-up. It's going to come almost straight down. Pat reaching out his glove to catch that.
That made the oddest sound off the bat. It either hit it on the speaker or toward the end of the bat. But boy, that almost sounded like a hard ball coming off that bat.
Pat looking up at the sky. He wants to wait.
Time for the plane? Okay, time out.
Time out for the plane.
Pretty high up there.
When they're playing, you know, the field has a hard line. They play short, midfield.
Couple practice tosses there from Pat as Nick waits patiently, hands on the top of his bat.
again, as we've been requesting throughout this tournament, if you happen to be checking out this game and multiple games, or if you're in the park checking out this game and other games, if you have any score updates to report from any of the other action going on here on this 2 o'clock Wednesday round of games, feel free to send them in if you know how to get a hold of us, and we will report the scores as we get them. Here it is 2-1.
Just going over the top of that ball.
Silver had a good day yesterday. I think it was reported to me he was 8 for 10 at the plate after yesterday.
Oh, took a pass on that.
Come on, Nick. Roll 2.
You're allowed to take one pass. You get 4 strikes in this sport.
And that's going to be another strike.
So everything's up to date. They've gone about as far as they can go.
Come on, bring me up,
If
Nick.
you've ever seen the musical Oklahoma, full count, 2 outs, bottom of the first.
High pop up. It looks like it's gonna. Let's see, where's it gonna be in short center as he's almost to third. That was up in the air for a long time.
Had that stayed fair, that would have been a run. That was a beautiful beat ball hit by Silver. It probably hung in the air 3 seconds or so and then kicked foul. Even our play-by-play here, Rosina Foster, and her eagle eyes had to wait a minute to see if that ball was going to stay fair.
Had no idea. I couldn't lost it over the canopy. Had to wait for that to resurface to our level.
So the count will stay full here, and Silver will walk it back, have another whack at it. Casey Kraus is on deck if Silver can score.
It's Flaming Socks, Nick. And that's going to be a strike. And that's going to bring the Heat in to try to recover that. It's a 2-1 game.
There it is. So going to the second, and we've got a ball game still as we hear from another sponsor.
Bosma Enterprises, navigating blindness. Bosma Center for Visionary Solutions is located in Indianapolis and serves hundreds of clients each year over the state of Indiana. Their experienced staff, more than half of whom are blind, offer personalized programs ranging from counseling to job placement to training for daily living skills. These partnerships create jobs for people with vision loss who would otherwise face a 70% unemployment rate. So for more information, please visit us at Bosma, that's BOSMA.org.
We have several players and volunteers across beep baseball, especially in the Indianapolis area, that are directly involved with or work for Bosma Industries. So they appreciate their contributions, not only in terms of manpower, but also financial support and logistical support to beep baseball. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. Top of the second, Rosina, 2-1. It could have been worse for the Heat.
It could have been a lot worse. Holding the Fire to only 2 runs. They're going to start off here with Lupe Perez up at the plate as Fonzie ties his shoe.
Mark that put out of Grant Simpson back there on Scott Hogwood. That might be one to remember later in this game. That could have saved a big inning.
That was a big out for a rookie.
That's the bases. Second inning, let's play ball. Let's go, dog. Have some fun with it. Come on, Lucas. Go! No pitch, no pitch, no pitch.
Fonzie lost grip on that, and as he said pitch, it didn't leave his hand, it just rotated. Lupe had already swung, but that was called a no pitch. And that's going to be a strike as it goes under the bat.
But Fonzie still seems like he's struggling to find his groove a little bit here, other than the hit by Daryl Miner. There's been no contact.
And there goes that line drive to the left as he runs for third. Tyler heading back to try to grab it, but that is going to be safe. It's going to tie the game back up with a run from Lupe Perez.
Nice hit toward the line, you know, Tyler angling back, but you can only angle back so far to try to make that play. And so there we go, Lupe on the board, and we got a tie game at 2.
With Alex Gonzalez up as a 6th batter for the Heat.
So as we predicted, the Heat are running with the same batting order that they did yesterday afternoon against the Boston Renegades, and why not? They won that game 14-12 in a come-from-behind effort in one of the wilder games I've ever seen as far as close calls.
It's definitely odd.
And I think this one's going to be nip and tuck just like that.
Go out, play.
Just underneath. We have a call for a time.
Well, they called time for a plane, but the plane, I don't think the plane's coming anywhere
Rumbling in the distance.
near us.
On time. Okay.
Tyler end that discussion with an untime. But he is fun to watch play.
Alex gripping the bat.
Alex Gonzalez is another younger player. I think he's in his 2nd or 3rd season with the Heat.
Swinging a little early.
Here we go, Alex. Ball
And
swing.
a little bit of frustration by Fonzie as Alex Gonzalez really jumped him there. He was way early.
Gotta look for it going. Drifted out of bounds.
Stepping back off the plate. Bat up on the shoulder. It's going to take a pass right here. And getting a taste of that. Goes foul to the right.
Wait, baby. Good job, Alex.
So a rare take you just saw from Fonzie Medrano. Maybe he told him to because he was so off timing on the first pitch. You hardly ever see a player take a pitch off Fonzie. Now we're at a full count though. Oh, and he struck
And that's
him
going
out.
to be a strike.
That time he was late. No, he was early.
It's going to bring
All right.
Tanner back up as they start over at the top.
So he was early all day on that. Sounded very off timing there. And so with 1 out,
Gonna have to get a little more juice and excitement and adrenaline running on this Heat team. Now this time we do have a closer plane overhead. Tanner nodding back and forth at the conversation with Fonzie as they wait for the plane to pass overhead. Tyler rocking back from foot to foot out on the field. Tosses back and forth between Fonzie and LJ. Okay, John says, let's play this game.
Try the bases.
At first and third.
One out, play.
Gears struck out his last time up. Swings and misses.
Just
there.
underneath. I'm getting a slight piece of it as it goes short and to left. I'm not sure if that's going to be fair. He's running to no, but and Tyler was on top of that too. But that is going to be foul ball. Tanner's going to have to come all the way back. He's about 15 feet past first at this point as he turns around to head it back in.
That was an interesting foot race if that had stayed fair between Tyler and Tanner. Tanner, fortunately, in very good shape. He'll just turn and walk it all the way back.
Taking it easy. He said he's doing good. A light exhale of a as he comes back to home plate.
I'm still convinced the timing, except for Daryl Minor, on every of these hitters,
Is
one
off
of these
just
hitters
a
has been
hair.
off. They've either been early. Now Lupe got away with it. He ripped one down the third base line. They've either been early or they've been late.
And there's going to be a line drive over into left past Tyler as Tanner checks himself from first, heads to third, coming back, rolls over him, but he's going to be safe.
Well, he got a wrong step toward the base, but he was able to correct, and he's got enough speed, and he hit that ball toward the past Tyler, and he was fast enough to get to the base.
Justin trying to grab it as he rolled over on his body, and Tanner even had 2 steps in to first base, corrected, and headed back to third. But that will be a run for the Heat.
And that'll give the Heat the lead,
A
3-2.
little bit of an edge, and they bring Grant Simpson back up. Definitely needing that little bit of an encouragement after a little bit of an aggravation there from the batting of Alex before that, the frustration with Fonzie there.
The Fire could use a putout. And the reason I say that is they, I don't believe, have a putout yet this game. All of the outs for the Heat have been recorded by strikeouts. Everybody who's put the ball in play has scored here through the first 7 batters.
Fonzie holding the new ball up to see if that meets the approval of the outfield, and we're going to like that, so it's going to toss back and forth. Getting that base check as Grant balances on his toes.
We have 1 out. Play.
And, oh, that was so good. Might have been a hair between that ball and the bat. Looks like the timing might be getting him better. Just under, just a little. And it's going to be a pop-up into short center, though. Bouncing off of Tyler's shoulders as Grant runs to... Oh, it's going to be contended whether he hit third or they have the out. It was behind Tyler, Scott, and Johnny.
Hey, he
All
said he
fighting
lost
over
sight
it.
of the ball, so they're going to check on this. Both sides are
I
asking for a
couldn't see it
replay.
either. It was between all 3 of them.
Well, the last one of these went the direction of the Heat. That was on Simpson's put out. Let's see what they decide here is now he's
Heading his way out into the field.
Oh, both of the close calls so far have been fouled. Oh, this is going to be an interesting call. Did you see it? Do you have an opinion?
It was all clustered between all 3 of them. I had absolutely no vision of the ball, just bodies and hands grabbing.
He might have to award the run here then. Yep,
Oh, he's
there
safe.
it is.
So that will be a run, giving them another lead up over the Fire. 4-2 game for the Heat at the top of the second. Daryl Minor up at the plate.
Still only 1 out, and the Heat have a chance to really do some damage now as you get their power hitters, Minor and Finney.
And they're going to definitely want to keep inching ahead this entire game since Fire does have that last at-bat.
Absolutely.
They don't want to just be sitting ahead, either even or ahead by even just a few runs. They're going to need a good, healthy cushion.
It looked like a safe call, but I had to make sure they saw the same way.
So maybe the Heat has now found that pitching groove. Fonzie hopping up and down.
Well, every time they put it in play so far, they've scored. And
1 out. Play.
Minor got them started in the first inning with 1 up the middle. Somebody other than Tyler Rodriguez and John Margist is going to have to step up and make plays. Justin Rhines is capable.
And he's tapped it short to left as Tyler
He's gotta get
comes
up
up
there.
for it. He's running for the base, but
No.
Tyler's got it.
He got it, just got it. I was wondering, as Tyler making a little nervous there, but there's 2 in the wagon, as Pat Krause says. 2 outs. Now they got to deal with Noah Finney, but that's a lot better than the alternative,
Noah. Save me one, baby.
which would have been a run there, boy.
Tyler scrambling up there. It was well placed
Yes,
if
it
it had
was.
been on the right, but on the left, Tyler snagged that up.
10 years ago, Daryl Miner may have beat that out, though. You know, he's been playing 30 years, and at one time, he was the fastest man in the sport. In fact, they used to tell stories in the old days of Daryl Miner hitting balls so high and being so fast that he could hit the base simultaneously with the ball hitting the ground. The base, of course, used to be at 90 feet till the late 90s when they moved it back to 100. Can you imagine being a defender?
Trying to catch that.
And the
at
ball
90.
comes down, the guy's already at the base.
This is Noah Fanny. Just over the top of that ball. Fonzie slapping his leg after that went through. Solid line drive to the left as he runs for first past Tyler. Casey's gonna he's got it.
Is that just
Oh, they're Justin Rhymes. Justin Rhymes.
all-star left fielder? Then there's only a few players in the game who are going to get to that ball and make that play, and Rhymes is one of them. We're seeing good defense now from the Fire all of a sudden, back-to-back. But 3 runs in for the Bayou City Heat, going to the bottom of the second. 4-2 Heat, Fire coming up.
They are now leading, and they're going to need that lead. Bosma Enterprises, navigating blindness. They partner with socially responsible companies that have a focus on supplier diversity. We help them expand their sourcing options with high-quality goods and services. Their experienced staff, more than half of whom are blind, offer personalized programs from counseling, job placement, to training for daily living skills. For more information, visit bosma, BOSMA.org.
Looks like you guys are getting, this is the most action I've seen for the base judges all day. Yeah.
Couple practice tosses there with Pat as Casey stands off, twisting a bat with that shoulder, trying to stretch that out.
Father-son pitcher-batter combination, and earlier this year in Las Vegas, in the 6th inning of a game against the Austin Blackhawks, they became the first, at least recorded, father-pitcher-son pitcher-catch player combo to hit a home run in a game. It was a game-tying home run against the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks ended up winning that game in the bottom of the 6th with a run, but it was about as dramatic as it gets, and it was crushed.
We have John heading down to talk with pitcher Fonzie and coach Lee Rodriguez of the Heat here, questioning, not sure why. Nope, John's coming back. Fonzie's holding his head like, nope, it's all right, man. That's a little warbly. Might turn first base.
Okay, third go. All you gotta do is get first going.
Oh, much better.
And first is louder.
All right, defense is ready.
Casey Krause up at plate.
Base again. Okay, and the other one. All right, let's play ball. Set, ready, pitch.
And took a pass. He leaned in, heard that it kind of was out, and passed.
Set, ready, pitch.
And he's giving it a solid short little thunker down to the ground. Don't think that's going to be fair on the left. And he will have to come back.
Would have been a good beat ball bunt if it had been.
Richie was attempting to head up there. Not sure who would have made that run. It was probably
I was going to bet on
foot or
Casey
two
on that one,
being
but that
passed. It was a long ways for him to come up. Probably would have been Casey.
And you wonder how Casey's shoulder situation is going to affect whether or not he has as much power. I mean, he's demonstrated home run power, but he can also place the ball and just use his speed.
Comment of being double disabled there by Casey.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating. It's tough. I've dealt with a shoulder injury before.
High pop-up, going to be foul high and far on the left.
Well, it didn't seem to affect it much there, although it was all for naught because he yanked it.
John did call that foul pretty easy in case he was able to stop his run quickly.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Quick exhale there by Casey.
Set, ready, pitch.
Leaning a little far into that. Going to be a strike.
Set, ready, pitch.
And it's a little on the outside. That's going to be a strike.
I know what Pat was trying to do, maybe going away from Richie opposite field there, but he missed him on that last one outside. That's the end of the at-bat there.
Justin.
Now top of the lineup, Justin Rhines. 0 for 1, struck out leading off the first.
1 out, play.
Still a 4-2 game.
Made a fine play to end the second.
Set, ready, pitch. Strike 1.
Ball a little under the swing.
Set, ready, pitch. Bravo.
Getting a tip as it rolls off the top right to Colin.
Set, ready, pitch.
Getting us almost a duplicate, rolling off the top of the bat, back over to Colin.
He's all over his bat. Just need to get one into play here.
Three strikes, the batter. Set, ready, pitch.
And it's going to be bouncing grounder center, almost hit Pat as he runs for third. They're scrambling for it. Richie laying on top of it, but it's going to be safe.
Got to have the ball off the ground, in control, and away from the body for the run to count. Sometimes getting it off the ground and away from the body are the hardest two things to do. Richie got there, but Justin Rhines, one of the fastest players around, gets the third run on the board for the Fire.
Trailing by 1 now as we come up with Tyler Rodriguez at the plate.
Tyler got Philly started in their bottom of the first with a run after the Ryan strikeout. Rodriguez 1 for 1.
All right, another new one.
Asking for another ball. Again, it does take over 250 balls to run a World Series like this. They do take a beating.
We have 1 out and 1 run.
Some tosses there with the new ball.
Yeah, there's a ring that's sticking out. Rubber ring. Gotta get it out of the way.
Tyler holding his bat like a gun. Shooting out in the field some ducks and geese. Actually, it was the bases, but I can pretend they were ducks and geese.
Set, ready, pitch. Ball.
Just catching that, headed right to the cameraman cam. You got an up close and personal look at a beat ball.
As long as it's not the camera.
Quiet, please, quiet. Set, ready, pitch.
Hard, high pop up into short right. Tanner going
Here's-
for it, and he's got it.
What a play. Boy, he
That is-
closed in on it quickly.
Tanner getting that just like that.
He was doing that yesterday against Boston, too. Tanner Gears brought his defense with him to St. Charles. That's an excellent play. Keep the lead for the Heat. 4-3, 2 outs now in the bottom of the second. And Marge is coming up.
Johnny Ma up at the plate.
Plate here, the number. I heard the short. I didn't
Tanner Gears had talked earlier this year like this might be his last World Series. And, of course, he's already been inducted into the Hall of Fame. If it is his last, boy, he's
going out
bringing
with a
everything
bang.
he's got.
Get to go head out in the field.
Bases.
First. And third.
2 outs. Play.
Stepping back off the plate. Bat up at the ready.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
Ball a little low. He's going to go for it. It's short on the left, and it's going to be foul. Richie grumbling out there. He was almost on top of that.
Richie wanted that. Margis did not. That's not his game. His game is high, hard, and catch me if you can.
Pat stretching shoulders out there as he waits for Johnny to get back to home plate.
Come on, Johnny. 1 strike. Let's play. Set. Ready. Pitch.
Nice pop up out into center as he runs for third. Past Darrell, past Grant Simpson. Lupe running to grab it, but that's going to be a run.
High, hard, and catch me if you can. That's Margis' game, and he just tied it up. 4-4 in the bottom of the second. Heat and fire.
And it is getting hot in here. This is going to have Scott Hogwood up at the plate.
They almost got it. They got really close.
Yeah, that was super close.
That was a long
Couple
ball, too.
inches.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Mom. Attaboy.
Hogwood was put out on that fine play by Grant Simpson back in the first.
Keep rolling on 2. Hey, do
Waiting
not
for
go
that
Hogwood.
outfield to set. Tanner has adjusted, moved over a hair. And so has Noah. Looks like they've all adjusted over a couple steps to the left.
So there is some hitting room there on the right side of the field if he wants to go the opposite field, but Hogwood's power is to left, left, center.
That's where they are stacked.
So they're playing the percentages here. Of course, if he gets enough of it, it won't matter because it'll go over all of their heads.
2 outs. Play. Set. Ready. Pitch.
And just underneath. Stumbled off of that swing.
Nice and easy, Scott. All day, baby.
A little uneasy footing there as he swung.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
Getting a solid thunk out of that over into far deep left as he runs to third. Lupe, it's over his legs. Scott's just got to grab that, and he clotheslines third base while Lupe is still grabbing the ball.
He would not be denied that time. Hit it hard enough to get it through. Bounce over even Lupe, and so that'll give the Fire the lead. 5-4.
So right now we have both teams sitting at 3 runs in this inning. Nick Silver up at the plate to see if he can inch that inning run ahead.
Silver was a strikeout victim his last time up, although he had foul contact a couple of times during that at-bat. And if my numbers are correct, he was 8 for 10 yesterday heading into today, and on these fields, that's exceptional.
All right, Nick, bring me up. Set, ready, pitch. Strike one.
Just underneath the swing.
Come on, Nick, come on, Nick. You got this, baby. Right side, Nick. Set, ready, pitch.
And he's gone high and right. Out to Noah Finney as he runs to first. Noah scrambling for it, but Nick is kicked to over first, and another run. 4 in this inning now, taking the Philly to 6.
Went Oppo. And the Fire is building a lead here now as they lead 5-3, 4 in the inning.
Heat is going to have to pick up on some of that defense. Casey Krause coming up to bat. Stretching that shoulder out as he waits at home plate.
Makes that Tanner Gears play on Tyler Rodriguez look even bigger now. Because other than that, Ryan scored, Hogwood scored, Silver has scored, Margist scored.
That base is not on.
Krause struck out after crushing one down the line foul his first time up.
First base not going off, but that is the one that just got kicked.
Hey, thanks for third. Third again.
A warbly third. He's going to go take a look at third.
The speaker needs pulled out.
And unless I am mistaken now, every Philly Fire batter in the lineup has scored except for Casey Krause here.
Defense ready. Batter ready. Bases.
That is it. They've got 5 runs from 5 different spots in the batting order, looking to round it out now here with Casey.
Took a pass.
And he just took it.
Just catching that as it pops right up, and Colin had to jump to grab that one to save the scorekeeper's table.
6. Somebody scored twice for the Margist. I get my numbers right here.
And it's going to be a strike. And it's going to be a grounder over into center as he runs to third, rolling past everyone. And that's going to be another run.
Sounded like a worm burner through the grass, hard and on the ground, a lawnmower, if you will, and that'll just turn the order, and that's a huge run right there, the 7th run of the game on the board for the Fire, and they're having a big inning here.
Checking on injury, Daryl Minor's down on the he's gotten up now. It's taken very long to get up. Holding an arm.
And I'll bet they shift for Rhines here. I'll bet that they're going to leave a lot of room there also on the right side.
Yeah, we've moved. They moved Tanner over and put Daryl, who looked like he might have hurt himself just a little over further into right, moving Tanner and Noah a little more to the left.
And coach is telling him right side's wide open.
They must be listening. Casey heard that he hadn't got on there yet, and he nailed it one
So everybody now has scored a run for the Philly
on their
Fire.
rip.
Here in the 2nd inning, that's good balance.
And somebody has 2.
Margist I have with 2.
A nice one it's right up the center on the ground. Grant laying down. He's running to first. Went past Grant, and that's going to give him the run. They're going to have to get a hold of balls on the ground like that.
Oh, yeah.
And he shifted.
Just went laid down and got past his hands. Lupe trying to back him up, but he was already at the base.
And the Fire have caught fire here in the bottom of the second. Defensive timeout, Bayou City Heat.
They're going to need probably trying to regroup here as they huddle up out on the field. Ball being tossed in by Pat. Tyler waits patiently and relaxed, and it almost has dropped a few degrees here. Some of the clouds have gotten a little bit of a gray tinge, DV. Not what I would call cool, but cooler.
It helps when you've got a little bit of intermittent cloud cover and a little bit of a breeze.
Tie those both in, and of course anything would be cooler would be nice. You can't really complain too much after some of the years.
Not for the St. Louis area in late July. This is about as good as you can ask for here. This is probably the coolest World Series we've had since Eau Claire, Wisconsin in 2018.
8-4. They got 8.
That felt good.
The Fire scored 2 in the first and 6 so far here in the second. The Heat had 1 in the first and 3 in the second. And that's where we are, 8-4, 2 outs, bottom of the second.
These 6 runs that the Fire has just cranked up is a little reminiscent of what the Heat did yesterday.
Yes, because these
cranking out
haven't been
6
cheap.
runs.
No, you're absolutely right, Rosina. These haven't been cheap. It's not like the Bayou City Heat defense is just letting them in. These balls have been very well hit and to different
Placed.
parts of the field.
Very well placed. Tyler just standing patiently, no big deal. Day like any other.
And Tyler, it's the only one, he got robbed his last time up, or this would have been a really big inning. Tanner Gears made a play on him.
At first
He scored his first time up.
and second.
2 outs, play.
Couple taps in the mitt from the catcher.
Set, ready, hit.
And just over the swing.
Set, ready, hit.
Just over again. Had a miss here from his pitcher.
Set, ready, hit.
And giving a nice line drive right down the center to straight to Grant. And he's got it this time as Tyler runs to third. But Grant Simpson not going to make the same mistake twice. That is
Second put out of the game for Simpson at the mid-level, and that ends the Fire's second after a 6-run rally. It's 8-4, Philly heading to the third.
blistering progress. They had to slow down. And are you in Philadelphia? Hey, Philly, are you hungry? S&J's Catering is a premier catering business founded in 2017 and led by a blind entrepreneur whose vision transcends sight. S&J's Catering LLC exemplifies resilience, creativity, and dedication. Specializing in a diverse range of cuisines, S&J's Catering brings a gourmet dining experience to any event, whether it's an intimate gathering or a corporate function. Hey Philly, are you hungry? Call 215-284-7485. We have a substitution on the Heat
21, Alex Gonzalez.
for 20.
And number 27, Johnny Cagle.
Johnny Cagle in for Alex Gonzalez. So we have Lupe Perez up at the plate. And then coming up after that will be a substitution, Johnny Cagle. A couple tosses there with Fonzie and LJ as we wait for to get the final okay.
The only score update I have for anyone so far is from an elimination game going on Minnesota Millers lead the Boston Strong 2-0 in the second.
We did have a substitution there, DB. We have Johnny Cagle in for Alex Gonzalez as Lupe is up at the plate.
So you can pencil Cagle into the 6th spot in the lineup for
Yes,
Gonzalez.
right after Lupe.
He will be on deck.
Lupe smashing it foul on the left.
Boy, he's all over that left field line. That's where he scored his first time up. Ripped one over there.
Taking its time, they still retrieve the ball from far left.
Wonder if they're going to draw Justin Rhines a little bit over there closer to guard that left field line. I would.
Lupe back up. It's going to be a strike on that one. And it's going to be another strike.
All right, so he's down to one swing. He can take one if he wants. Probably won't.
Rotating that bat up in the wrist. And that's going to be a strike. That's an out for Lupe.
Unfortunately, his first swing was his best one, but it was a foul ball. So there's a strike. They can't afford to do that now, chasing 4 runs. Got to put him in play and test the fire defense. And here's the new entry in the game, Johnny Cagle.
Stay on that base, baby. Attention, please. Number 27 is batting for 21. Right now.
As John Lekowski announces the substitution so that all of the fielders who are wearing blindfolds are informed that there's a new batter. That is a recent rule change that requires that to be done when there's a substitution. And it makes sense if you think about it.
Have the bases.
Those fielders want to know it too.
One out. Play. Go.
And getting a nice grounder over into left. Tyler racing to stop it. Went through his hand. Oh, he retrieved it from behind
What
him.
a play.
Tyler Rodriguez for the out.
Whoa, hang a star on that play for T.Y.
He laid his hands on it, kind of went through his upper arms. He stretched back and caught it with his fingertips.
And you know where he learned to do that? Way back as a youngster with the Chicago Comets and J.T. Herzog.
This is going to be Tanner back up at the top of the order for the Heat.
Bases, please.
They need to get on the board, trailing by 4.
We got 2 outs. Play.
So big at-bat now for Gears. This is time where it's time for him to be the all-star he is. You cannot have a goose egg here after the 6-run inning that the Fire had, and they're the home team.
Oh, tripping almost over
He
home
needs
plate.
to relax, you know. 90% swing and keeping your balance is better than 100%.
Adrenaline is running high.
He's got to calm down, though. They need him here.
Took a pass, kind of leaned his shoulder in as it went by.
That's the second pass ball we've seen on Fonzie today. It's 2 more than usual.
And it's
That
going to be a
worked.
grounder, but it's going to be straight to Tyler. Over and through his arms. He's got to run. He's got to get there too. And he's going to be safe.
Ooh.
He knew he had to get it done.
Nothing's ever perfect, you know, and Tyler had a shot at that, but Tanner's got a lot of speed too, and you know,
Yeah.
sometimes as a fielder you understand that. Plus, it was hit pretty hard.
That thing was moving through the
Boy.
grass, which means it was hard because this grass is slowing everything down.
Tyler gave himself an opportunity to make that play, though. Boy, that's just good beat ball on both sides, and it got through, and they needed that run. It's 8-5 now.
Grant Simpson.
Simpson's made 2 big putouts already in this game in the field.
It's going to be a bouncing grounder far into left, past Tyler, past
Ryan.
Johnny. And Ryan's not quite having a time. That's going to be another 2 runs in a row. 1 for Grant.
Well placed, and he's got enough speed. Ryan's just the long direction, plus it was on the ground. So now it's 8-6. We got a 2-run rally going on here, and Daryl Miner coming to the plate. The heat is on again here, 2 in a row.
Don't count that heat out.
Both of these teams can put up runs in a hurry.
Daryl having several little hard practice swings across the plate, stretching out his shoulders as we wait for this golf cart behind us to make its way.
Edge is up 5-2, batting in the bottom of the 5th.
5-2 Edge, bottom of the 5th, as they play Boston, thanks to President Jerry Wendell for that score update. That is on the opposite side of the bracket.
It's going to be a strike as he goes right over the top of that pitch. Getting a short little grounder into left. Tyler's going to head right for that, and he's just got to get it lifted in the air, which he does. That's going to be the out for Tyler
2 putouts
Rodriguez.
in the inning for Tyler Rodriguez. 2 runs on the board for Bayou City, but the Fire hold the lead going to the bottom of the 3rd. 8-6 Philly.
And as Philly heads in to try to add some more runs to that board, Philly, are you hungry? S&J's Catering brings a gourmet dining experience to any event, whether it's an intimate gathering or a corporate function. They specialize in a diverse range of cuisines. Premier catering business founded in 2017 and renowned for its exceptional culinary artistry and impeccable service to the Philly area. Led by a blind entrepreneur whose vision transcends sight, S&J's Catering exemplifies resilience, creativity, and dedication. Hey Philly, are you hungry? Call 215-284-7485.
Another scoreboard update. Going to the bottom of the 5th, the Thunder lead the Comets, but only 11-7, and the Comets are the home team, so maybe a little bit closer than some would have expected there. That's the 1 versus 8. Winner of this game will play the winner of that one tomorrow morning in a semifinal. Winner's bracket semifinal. This game is only in the 3rd, but the reason why is because this game started a little bit later due to the length of the Bayou City Heat Houston Hurricanes game from earlier today. They get a half an hour between games, and so this game did not start at 2 o'clock. And so that's why I'm reporting scores on other games that are in the 5th inning. And this one here is in the 3rd, 8-6, Philly Fire coming up to the plate.
Couple practice tosses there with Pat. John is asking the defense if they're ready.
Margist, Hogwood, and Silver scheduled to bat here in the 3rd.
Johnny Ma is up at home plate. We've just had first base adjusted, and we're checking on 3rd.
Margist has done just fine, 2 for 2 with 2 hard-hit balls.
Pat getting a couple stretches in before preparing his pitch. Getting that base check on 1st and 3rd. Stepping off a home plate, a hair. Rolling right up over the bat and into Collins' mitt. Getting a time for that airplane coming up overhead. Another cluster of clouds coming by overhead. But our breeze has drifted off to almost non-existent. Have a change out wipe rag there for Tanner Gears out in the field.
So the only winner's game we don't have a score from right now is is New Jersey and Gateway. Here, Bayou City trails the Fire 8-6. As we play here in the bottom of the third.
Here we go. One strike in the batter. Play.
All right, Johnny, we go.
Set. Ready. Hit.
And just over the top of the bat.
Check that. Strike two. That's two.
Bat stretching back shoulders.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
And a nice little line drive out on the outside of left as he runs to third. Richie running to scramble that. Grant also going for it, but he's already there. Safe. That's another run for Johnny Ma.
3 for 3 now for Margist, and 3-run lead for the Fire. They keep pouring it on here. They've got 9 runs now in 15 batters so far in this game.
Let's bring Scott Hogwood, power hitter for the Fire.
Hogwood 1 for 2. Everybody for the Fire in the lineup has scored at least once today.
Attaboy, Johnny Ma. Hey, Paige, Dr. Hogwood.
The Heat and Fire each won regional tournaments this year. The Heat winning the Texas Regional and the Fire winning the Beast of the East. They've each taken second in a tournament. The Heat took second in the Sooner State Invitational in Oklahoma, losing on a walk-off to the Gateway Archers. The Philly Fire made the championship of the Indy Bonanza and then were promptly dispatched in blowout fashion by the Gateway Archers, but the Fire were a little short-handed at that event. Now we're all at full strength and waiting for an airplane. Nobody out, bottom of the third, 9-6 Philly. Scott Hogwood at the plate, Nick Silver on deck.
Hey, hey. Fireball. Go, baby. Go. Ready? Are you ready for the base?
Have enough planes are now gone.
None of these runs have really been cheap for Philly.
All right, let's play ball. No out.
Pointing his bat out at Pat before bringing it up behind the shoulder.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
And just over the top of the bat. Digging that back foot in.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
And just over the top of the bat again.
Easy, Scotty. Nice and easy, baby. All day, baby. Set. Ready. Pitch.
Just over the top again. It's been like a repeat, rewind.
Pass it to Pat, baby.
All right, this is the money ball now. He's not taken. He's coming, he's swinging, he's coming out.
And pops up right behind him. Colin jumps over to the left to grab that with his mitt.
Way to believe in each other. Way to believe in each other. There you go.
Repositioning his bat up along the front of home plate and picking that back up. Setting a stance, pointing the bat at Pat. And And it's going to be a line drive to grounder over on the left as he runs for first. It's out there. Grant running to grab it. Oh my gosh, Grant has that again. Spectacular defense from newcomer Grant Simpson.
My goodness, that's the third putout he's made. None of them have been easy. And he's made a difference in this game.
That's what I thought he said.
Ooh, one out.
That is some wonderful defense by Grant coming over there from behind Richie, a little more center, all the way to the line almost.
So Hogwood 1 for 3, and he's been put out twice by Simpson back there.
Getting at a new ball as Nick waits patiently at home plate.
Silver 1 for 2.
Flaming socks and all.
He struck out his first time, but he promptly scored his next time. Tanner Gear's only one putout so far in this game, but he's really had only one chance over there.
Not
Richie
had much hit
Flores
over
doesn't have any putouts yet in this game.
They've all been past him other than the short ones that haven't gone into play.
It's
He's
been Grant
tried.
Simpson or bust so far for the Heat.
Sorry.
All right, Nick, here you go. Set, ready, pitch.
And high pop-up is going to be in the left
Just
mid as he
landed.
runs to third. Grant trying to grab it, but he's already there.
You're not getting Nick Silver on a ball like that. That hung up there, and it was to the mid-level. That was a pop. He's going to score just about every time on that. 10th run of the game on the board for the Fire. They've got their 4-run lead back.
This is starting to get painful for the Heat.
Well, it's just the Fire are relentless right now with the bats. The Heat have made some good plays in this game, but the Fire just continue to hit and hit and hit. Here's Casey Krause now. He's 1 for 2.
One out. Let's play. Set, ready, pitch. Now.
And took a pass. He kind of leaned a little and then checked. I'm going to wait for that vehicle. Go. And we're ready.
Set, ready, pitch.
And it's going to be a strike because it's just above and outside the bat.
12-8, Thunder, no outs, top of the 6th.
12 to 8. Thunder lead the Comets, top of the 6th. Comets do have the last at bat. That's still a tight one there.
Casey getting a touch of that as it drops straight to the ground in the center. Richie's going to have to get up there, and he's got it. And out where you just said Richie didn't have one, and he did it.
Well, he finally got a chance, and he made the play. So that's the second out of the inning. And now Justin Rhines as we get back to the top. Already 3 times through the batting order for the Fire. 10 runs in 18 at-bats. That's not bad at all on these fields. And the Heat have robbed them 4 times. I mean, Gears made a good play. Simpson's made 3.
I'm 45% of our outs.
TY in the on-deck circle. He made a nice one earlier.
Set, ready, pitch.
Justin getting a bouncing grounder over to right as he runs for third. Tanner coming up on it. He's gone past it. Holding his head in his hands. Going to be listening. He went plumb right past it. Going to see if it's a dead ball.
I didn't hear any noise off the bat. It might have died off the bat. And we turn third base on. The ball is toward first base. And
Dead
it is
ball.
dead. That might account for Tanner Gears sliding by it. He couldn't hear it.
He ran a good 20 feet past it.
That's a good ball there, and they will throw that baby into play, and Rhines will come back.
Yeah. If you miss, I'm divorced.
We're gonna assume that you don't hit.
Some tosses there for Pat with this new ball in play after that dead ball. Justin back at home plate.
Yeah. I know, that's what I always have to deal with.
Play.
Just over the top of the bat. It's going to be a bouncing grounder over into left, just around to Richie as he runs for first. Richie another with an opportunity, and he snagged it up.
Flores says no mas here in the third inning after a couple on the board for the Fire. And we're halfway through the game here, folks. It is 10-6 Philly, Bayou City coming to bat. We got a good one going.
This is an excellent game, and for all Beat Baseball fans. And speaking of Beat Baseball fans, what about the Ed Fitzpatrick team at Cross Country Mortgage, making every mortgage feel like a win? Their entire team is available to assist you from application to closing and beyond. They will work tirelessly to remove the frustration from the mortgage process and provide you with a personalized experience. When you work with Cross Country Mortgage, you'll collaborate closely with a licensed professional who will make sure that you get the mortgage you deserve. Get in touch with baseball fan and loan advisor Ed at ed.fitz@ccm.com. That's ed.fitz@ccm.com.
Want to recognize our National Beat Baseball Association executives, treasurer, and our home plate umpire for today's game, John Lykowski, League Secretary Steve Guerra, Public Relations Director Richie Flores, our Tournament Director Cassie Hopkins, the President of the NBBA is Jerry Wendell. I'm David Betty along with Rosina Foster as we head to the top of the fourth. 10-6, Philly Fire lead the Bayou City Heat in this winner's bracket quarterfinal.
The Heat's going to have to get some runs up on the board here as the Fire has that home team advantage. We have Noah Fenney up at the plate as the defense settles into their positions.
Again, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Indy Thunder and Chicago Comets tomorrow morning. Last check, the Thunder was winning late.
Just about ready as we're going to get a base check. First and third.
We have
John has said, let's play ball. Noah bringing the bat back up over the shoulder.
4, 5, and 6 in the Heat order. Due up here.
Just over the top of the bat.
They could use a big pop from Fenney. I haven't
Haven't
really
seen
seen
one
that
from him
kind
this
of
game.
power yet. But he has it.
I haven't seen it yet this game, but I have seen a couple of them. When he's on, he will sail it. Tyler hopping up and down out there in his Oreo socks. And there it goes. High pop up, deep into center, beyond them as he runs to third. Justin running to grab it, but that's going to be safe.
That's the power we were talking about from Noah Fenney as he blasted it out there, and even Rhines couldn't get that one. Good start to the fourth for the Heat. It is now 10-7.
Exactly what they needed to get themselves going, especially early with no outs, to try to carry that momentum on through the rest of the batting order.
And that guarantees Tanner Gears an at-bat in this inning, as we are now at the 5 spot in the lineup with nobody out.
Lupe Perez. To be followed by our Johnny Cagle. Have some adjusting out in the field, moving Scott Hogwood.
They're reviewing this to see if it was over the line. I didn't think they didn't call it over the line, but he's going to make sure.
Don't think it was quite there.
Of course, a home run counts for 2 runs. We've had
They
2 so
could
far.
really use that right now.
Yeah, they could. We've had 2 so far at this World Series. One of them was by Tanner Gears of the Heat. The other one by Caleb Wright of the Edge yesterday.
A little bit more cloud cover creeping in on the horizon. It's almost all clouds in front of us and clear sky behind us. And
We've got a final 3-6 matchup. The Indy Edge World Champions advance with a 5-3 low-scoring victory over the Boston Renegades, who continue to play excellent defense, but just can't quite score enough runs.
getting that base check.
So the Edge are the first team for us to advance to the winners bracket semis, which are at 8 o'clock, Jerry?
Yes.
8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Early start for the semis.
Just underneath the bat.
I'll give you my opinion about 8 a.m. semifinal starts when the president isn't standing just to my left. But it'll be an early morning tomorrow.
Lupe getting a touch on that as it rolls behind him for a foul. Twisting that bat back up over the shoulder. And it's going to be the third strike.
Lupe scored in the first, struck out in the second.
And, oh, he just tripped and fell over backwards after. He's catching that's twice now a batter has tripped on home plate.
Well, and they're using those mats, aren't they, to protect the grass around home plate. And you wonder...
Just see the plate, but it sticks up quite. It might be just this grass is so thick that the plate sticks up a little high.
Well, there was talk about using something in the batter's box to protect against tearing up this nice grass. If you've ever seen a batter's box after a beat baseball tournament, especially a World Series, the cleats can really kind of grind up the grass.
And Johnny hitting it foul to the left, but getting good contact.
So Comets down to their last 3 outs opposite this game, trailing by 5. They've had bigger comebacks than that at the World Series. I remember 6 in a row to beat the Atlanta Chaos a few years ago.
And a nice one. This is going to stay fair. It's to the left, mid to deep as he runs for third. Oh, he's out! That is going to be by Tyler, just scooping that up in time. Tyler Rodriguez.
Rodriguez got over there. Both sides thought that they had won the day. The call was out.
Johnny come running it back in.
And there, that's an out. That's a big play by Rodriguez, his second put out of the game.
Tanner Gears.
2 outs, and they need Gears again now.
Fonzie hopping up and down in his traditional hop there, wearing one red and one green sleeve while we wait for the field.
That's the bases. Two outs, play.
I'm ready for that pitch.
Go!
That would have been some air if that had connected.
Go!
And it's going to be a pop-up short and to right. As Megan runs for it, he's running
Hung
to
it
third.
up.
And she struggled with it. It's safe.
Safe.
She fumbled with it a little bit and then regained control, but he had hit the base while the fumble was happening.
We always say, you know, give yourself a chance to make the play. She got where she needed to get. That ball was in the air for a little while. It probably took an unpredictable bounce because he hit a pop-up oppo. We've talked about that. That was about as well as she could play it, but Gears beat it out before she could get it up. 10-8 now, so they got those 2 runs back.
Grant Simpson setting up at home plate. One pant leg pulled up to the knee and the other down as he bounces on his toes.
Simpson is a big reason that this game is as close as it is.
And nailed it, but it bounced off the ground and hit Fonzie in the hip. It's going to come right back.
That was bottom of the bat. That's not what he wanted anyway, so. Doesn't count for anything.
And it's going to be a short pop-up over to right by Megan as he runs to first. She's scrambling for it. And he's got it again. Just beat her out. Now it's closing that. It's a 9-10 game. Philly leading.
So we wondered how the defense would be affected for the Fire by not having Casey Krause in there. Ordinarily, Krause is playing where you see Tyler Rodriguez, and Tyler would be locking down the right side short. Megan Fink is a good defender, but she's no Tyler Rodriguez and no Casey Krause, and now they've hit 2 in a row over there, and it is a 1-run game. Now the bangers come up, Minor and Fenny and Lupe. 2-out rally here for the Heat.
Try to base. Still 2 outs, play.
Daryl winding up.
Go! 10.
Just a bare miss.
Fonzie liked the swing, he just missed him. Minor could tie it with 1 swing.
Readjusting.
Go!
Oh, just barely nicking that as it rolled back to the catcher.
Go! 30.
It's going to be another strike. Timing has just been a little hit or miss on these pitches.
Go!
And that's going to be a strike. That's going to head the Fire in as the Heat trail by 1.
Well, they crept a little closer, came up with 3 there, and so now they need to try to hold on defense as we head to the bottom of the 4th. What do you know, Rosina? We got a 1-run game in the World Series winners bracket.
And if you're looking to maybe possibly redo your mortgage or you need a mortgage, why don't you try the Ed Fitzpatrick team at Cross Country Mortgage, making every mortgage feel like a win. Navigating the mortgage process doesn't have to be overwhelming. When you work with Cross Country Mortgage, you collaborate closely with a licensed professional. The entire team is available to assist from application to closing and beyond. Get in touch with Beat Baseball fan and loan advisor Ed at ed.fitz@ccm.com.
We've got a breaking news update of another double play. Guess who?
Please tell me it was not George again.
It was Randy George again against the Gateway Archers. That reported to us from umpire Mike Woodard. What I did not get was a score in that game, but apparently Randy George has doubled up on double plays at this World Series. Wow, what do you
He's
get for doing
decided
that?
that is his niche.
Tell you what. That rule just came into play last year.
Who's doing it?
And I think he's the only one that's had 2 of them at the same World Series. Of course, this is just the second year we've been using it, but he's now setting the standard of excellence in that department. Congratulations to Randy George of the New Jersey Titans.
It's incredible to have 2 of those in the same week. Couple practice tosses there by Pat as the Heat sets up out in the field. As we head to the bottom of the 4th. This is a 10-9 game, Philly leading.
And how Mike Woodard found time to send me that update, I will never know, but we appreciate it. I'm going to go to the well a second time and see if I can get a score update from that game.
John's conferring with Tyler up there, joking at home plate as we wait to get this batting session in order.
Given time for a little comfort break here. Remind you that the presenting sponsors for the National Beat Baseball Association World Series, Mind's Eye Radio, and the St. Louis Lighthouse. And we do have Eric Warnhoff from the Lighthouse on hand as our field umpire.
Getting that base check, 1st and 3rd.
Play ball.
Game on, bottom of the 4th.
Short little pop-up. See if that's going to land fair. And it's going to be foul, just inches away from the line as Tyler runs to 3rd. Tanner headed up for that, but in no need. Tyler almost back up to home plate. Quick exhale there by Tyler. And nails that into center short. Noah laying on it. Tyler's right. Noah's got that out. Beat the ball from Tyler to first. He had rolled over it, rolled backwards, and grabbed a hold of it. It's an out for Noah Finney.
First put out of the game for Noah Finney, and it's a big one to open up the bottom of the 4th. Anytime you can retire Tyler Rodriguez, you're happy. And now here's John Margist, who hasn't been retired yet in this ball game. He's 3 for 3. 10-9. Philly Fire clinging to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th, but the Heat are surging.
John's tightening up his batting gloves as we wait for Tyler to head back to his bench. And have him go right around behind the scorekeepers.
Tyler Rodriguez took the long way around the world, but he's getting back. He's going around the world to the right. That's what he's doing. We have a final. The Indy Thunder hold serve as the 1 seed, beating the Comets 13-10, and that's a game effort by Chicago against that Thunder squad. Nothing to be ashamed of at all.
Just over the top of that pitch as he swings hard.
So we do know the winner of this game will play the Indy Thunder in one semifinal tomorrow. We would love to get a Gateway Archers score. Hint, hint.
And catching on the inside the bat's going to be a pop-up out far and deep into left as he tackles third base. Grant trying, but not even close.
Gateway 16-2 over the Titans.
Okay, we got a final, 16-2. The Gateway Archers over the New Jersey Titans.
Ouch.
So 3/4 of the semifinals have been set. Everything but this game. We know the Archers and Edge will get what both of them have been wanting all year, which is a matchup. They haven't played each other this year. I will be recommending that as our game of the day tomorrow morning.
I have Scott Hogwood up at the plate as we wait.
Hey, Hogwood, check in, baby.
I may not be able to sleep tonight knowing that the Archers and Edge
We'll finally
will
tie off.
match up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning Central Time here at Slica. So the top 3 seeds have all advanced. This is the 4-5 matchup.
This is Scott Hogwood.
Set, ready, pitch. Wild jet. You're on it, Scott. That's fine, baby. Set, ready, pitch.
Getting a nice high pop-up fly into deep left as he runs to first. Lupe coming up to get it, and Scott's just killed the base of first. Now going to give the Philly a 12-9 lead.
Hogwood once again not to be denied. He's been picked twice out there, but he's also scored twice out there. He's just crushed the ball every time.
Just comes right back in. No nonsense, all business. Just another day playing with the fire.
Philly knows what's at stake here. The road is so much shorter when you keep winning. It gets long if you don't.
Has Nick Silver up at the plate.
So they've gotten 2 of those 3 runs back now that the Heat scored. Now we're back to a 3-run lead. 1 out. So this makes Noah Finney's put out of Tyler Rodriguez loom large here because that's the only out in the inning. Now you got the 5 and 6, and if you can retire them, you can keep them from flipping the lineup back to the top. But on the flip side, if Silver can score or Kraus can score, Philly could be in line for a big inning. Bayou City needing it out here, trailing by 3 as the visitors. All the other games of high importance, the winners bracket games today, have gone final.
Nick back up at home plate after having stepped away from the plane going by overhead. He's going to get a base check.
We have 1 out. Play. Set, ready, pitch.
Getting a taste of that as it bounces right back over to the Heat bench behind us.
Nick had his best hit of the game his last time up, hanging that high pop-up to the midfield and scoring easily. When he has put it in play, he's scored.
Set, ready, pitch.
Getting a hold of that, rolling back up over the top of it into Collins' mitt.
You got this, Nick. Come on, kid.
He's right there,
All day, you're packed. Come on.
and Pat's hitting the top of the bat, and he's doing what you would want him to do.
And it's going to be a pop fly out into right as he runs for first. It is out there, and he tackles and kills first base once again.
That's a no-doubter, and look out, here come the Philly Fire.
This way, Nick.
Back up by 4.
All day, Nick. All
He killed first base last time he ran and knocked it apart, and he repeated that. Casey Kraus up at home plate.
The 1 run and the 1 out and 3 runs in, right?
There you go, Nick.
13-9 now. Heat still looking for that second out. Now back to the top of the order, and Justin Rhines. No, Casey
Casey is
Kraus.
up at bat.
We are 1 ahead. No, Casey Kraus. Rhines on deck. So we're at the bottom of the order, the 6th spot.
He sits relaxed and casual at home plate. Sounds like Casey's losing his voice a hair too. You might suggest that chicken noodle soup to him.
Yes. Some very good chicken noodle soup I had last night at the Marriott. I didn't think they had such a thing at a Marriott, but they did, and it was tasty. Might even get another bowl of it tonight.
He took a pass on that, which he has been doing quite a few of on those first ones.
He takes
Casey.
the first pitch generally every time. That's just his routine.
And just over the top of the outer edge of the bat. And again, just right up over the top of the bat. And slamming it for a line drive down the center as he runs to third. It's back out there, bounced off Darrell's feet, and he's taken apart third base for another run for the Fire.
Fire beginning to pull away again now. They've got their largest lead of the game to this point.
5-run lead as we're having to re-put together third base.
Still only one out, and now you're back to the danger at the top of the lineup with Rhines and Rodriguez and Margist. That was the 5-6 spots. Well, and Hogwood too. So the bottom 3 in the lineup all scored right there. And that's the danger with the Philly Fire, is they've got scoring potential at every spot in the batting order.
There have not been very many short hits here by the Fire this game.
No, they had not.
It's been keeping it really almost completely out of Richie and Tanner's hands. It's been out there in the back. Not quite home run territory, but as long as you're getting the runs, it really doesn't matter.
Ready, batter? Just try the bases.
Justin up at the plate as we get those base checks.
You're at 1 out. Play. Set. Ready. Pitch. Right.
Just over the top of the bat.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
And slamming it on the ground over just past Richie on left as he runs for first. Grant trying to find it, but he's already easily smashed that base. Creeping further and further ahead. 15-9 Philly at the bottom of the 4th.
They have just been relentless. That's a 5 spot. They had a 6-run inning earlier. And they look like they want to meet the Indy Thunder tomorrow morning, although there is still plenty of ball game left here as we play in the bottom of the 4th. We saw Bayou City put out runs in bunches, but they just need to find the end here and get back under the tent and hit. They need 2 more outs to do it, and it's not going to be easy with Rodriguez and Margist. Rodriguez did get put out by Tyler Finney his last time up. That was the only out of the inning.
These pins are fine until you get one of those things where the orange thing is coming out.
It's Tyler up at home plate, setting his bat up along the front to get his step and stance set.
Bases.
And that base check.
You're 1 out. No way.
5 straight runs in for the Fire.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
Bouncing grounder over into center over by Richie. He's scooped it up before Tyler is halfway down. That's an out for Richie Flores.
Well, the last time the Fire were surging, Flores had 2 straight putouts to shut it down. Now he's got 1 there. And Margist, who hasn't been retired yet today.
Posture, you know,
I'll go over there.
where it's free. Getting a lick.
Tyler making his way back around again to his bench as Johnny Moss steps up to the plate.
15-9.
Ready, batter? Try the bases.
It's first and third.
Now I have 2 outs. Play.
Now, even after all this, if you're the Heat, you think if you can get Margist here, you're still in striking distance.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
Nice little grounder into short, bouncing off of Tanner as he runs to first. Off his, he tripped. He's
got it.
out. He fell just to the side of the base and was trying to catch it with his hand. Tanner rolled over, scooped it up for that out.
That's
And
called second effort, and that's why you don't give up on a play.
Who was that put out?
Tanner Gears.
20 short is what I have.
Yeah. What, short, medium? Oh, I don't know. Oh,
He'd be short.
So that ends the inning if that
If that ruling
Holds
holds,
up.
we have everyone. We're just gonna wait here, confirming.
And there it is.
It's going to maintain that out, so the Heat will come back in for their chance at the bat as we head to the top of the 5th. And it's been a long day out here for these teams, DB. Luckily, we did have Raising Cane's come out today at lunchtime to provide us lunch, and what a tasty lunch that was. But that's not all they've done. They've sponsored our Cool Clinic, and we have lemonade carts, and they've also are taking care of the doggies at Doggy Daycare for us. Thank you to Raising Cane's for all of the help and the food.
Good. It was excellent. We had some chicken tenders and some fries in there. Nice little box for lunch.
Even a tasty piece of garlic bread. So we are at the top of the 5th.
top of 5, passing.
Did we get a substitution turned in here? Did they say 4 for 10? Not yet.
I think she's got some substitute, yeah.
All right, I believe we're going to have Dakota Hogwood coming in for defense for Megan Fink. So you can pencil, that's in the DF spot. It does not affect the batting order. Dakota Hogwood in for Megan Fink. We mentioned this is a co-ed sport, and those are a couple of our women of our league players.
Got a sound off out there by the fire. Finney up at home plate.
So this is the 4, 5, and 6 spots, and they've been productive with Finney, who crushed one his last time up, Lupe Perez, and then Johnny Cagle's in that spot in the batting order right now. In the 6th spot, it started with Alex Gonzalez. Chasing 6, top of the 5th.
So what's the sub?
4 for 10. But that's a field goal. So you don't take it out.
Couple tosses there. Fonzie and LJ.
We have an announcement.
I don't blame you, it's getting hot.
Defensively, number 4 is going in for number 10 on the
Nice call out by John Lekowski on that substitution for the Philly Fire. Very helpful all around to have that announced.
We gotta be quiet. Hold up, Luke. Hold up.
And John Lekowski about to call game on here in the top of the 5th. Heat need a crooked number here. They are the visitors, and it's getting late. They're chasing 6.
All right. We're in the 5th inning, right?
What?
5th inning, right?
Yeah.
Top of the 5th. Let's play.
Fonzie wiping off the sweat off of the ball.
Go!
And it's going to be a little grounder along left as he runs to first, and it's rolling foul just as Tyler gets to it.
Tyler was tracking it. It just kept moving, and
That was probably in Noah's best interest because Tyler was going to beat him to that ball.
Tyler is as good at getting to the line as anybody you'll see in that position. His brother as well. Eric and Tyler both have been real specialists at doing that.
Noah back up at home plate.
We call that the coffin corner there in the corner of the baseline and the 40-foot arc.
High pop up into center, short to mid as he runs for first. Tyler coming over to help Megan with it, and he's got him. He is out.
7 short.
Didn't matter whether it was on the line or towards center or right. Tyler was all over that.
Tyler had to come a long way to get that, but Fenny took a while to get to the base, and Tyler was able to win that race. Man, oh man. He's doing it all right now.
Definitely my MVP for the game, at least so far.
I would have either him or Margist. I think you could make an argument for Johnny Ma, too, for the Fire. And certainly Grant Simpson so far for the Heat. This game wouldn't be as close as it is if it wasn't for his defense. And they can use a spark from the veteran Lupe Perez.
One out. Play.
Gripping that bat. And giving it a foul to the left as it drops almost straight down and out.
We will be back with 2 games tomorrow. We know we'll be doing a semifinal at 8 a.m. and then we'll have an elimination game later on in the day. So stay with us all this week leading up to the championship game on Saturday.
Just a hair early, and it's going to make a strike. And Lupe slamming that foul on the left. Justin over there ready to pick that up, but that was foul.
Hey, take a deep breath. Let's
Yeah,
move
you
those
are.
feet. Defense is going to win this.
Lupe back up at home plate.
All right. We're all reset. 2 strikes for that. Play.
Just barely catching that as it drops down.
Play. Stay with it.
Hey, action expected. Here we go.
And swinging just a hair early. That's going to be strikeout.
And that is not what the Heat needed here as they are trailing in the 5th. 2 outs now, and they need a spark from the 6th spot in the lineup.
They might need more than a spark. They're going to need a little bit of an explosion.
Well, they need to get it back to Tanner Gears and Simpson and those guys at the top. Otherwise, if they get to take a goose egg here, it's going to be real tough for them in the 6th. 6-run spread right now.
Johnny Cagle
Cagle did score his last time.
got first. And a third base check. We're going to hold for this vehicle that's just started up behind us in the lot.
Not a very good commercial for Subaru, is it?
That's the car. Not a very healthy car.
Does that bother anybody? No. All right, we're going to wait.
Bother the owner.
Okay. So long. Bye.
John Lykowski trying to wave this vehicle behind us and to
Hurry
our
them a
left out
little
of
on
here. Get
their
out of here.
way.
That break brought to you by Meineke.
And while we have a moment, we'll remind you of our Slice Us Soccer Complex field sponsors, Bill Jones and Sue Slocum, Richard Marks.
Pop up, shorten to left, right about Tyler Rodriguez. Oh! That might be a double play. Caught it on
What
the
a play by
bounce.
Tyler. What a play by Tyler. Unfortunately, it only counts as 1 out because there was already 2 in the inning.
But he still gets recognized.
I was also going to mention Amaron as a field sponsor, but then Tyler Rodriguez just made the defensive play of the game. He still gets credit for a double play, but it only counts as the end of the inning, so the team only gets 1 out for it. But that is a double play for Tyler Rodriguez, and that's the first one that you and I have called on a game of the day in 2 years, isn't it, Rosina?
It is, and that's holding the Heat to not a single run in that inning. They've at least had one every one, but that has stopped them cold as they have to head back out to the field for their final chance of slowing this down. As they head back out there, at least we've all been fed well. Again, thank you very much to Raising Cane's, not only for the lunch that we had, but for our cool clinic sponsorship. This is how we find new youth and new members for playing this sport, so it gives them a chance to try that out. Our doggy daycare that's taking care of the players' dogs at the hotel while they are out here playing, the lemonade carts, and in general, they're volunteers that are out here. So thank you very much to Raising Cane's.
Tyler Rodriguez of the Philly Fire adds on to his remarkable 2024 season with a one-hop grab to end the fifth. And as you said, Rosina, a huge defensive inning for the Fire as they keep the Heat off the scoreboard and maintain a 6-run lead with a chance to add even more in the bottom of the fifth. Wow.
Let's stay hot, baby. Let's stay hot.
T.Y., you are ridiculous.
Heat setting up out in the field as Pat gets a couple of tosses in there. Scott Hogwood stands back listening by.
And you know, that's not even his position. That's generally Casey Krause's position, and Tyler is his tandem partner over on the short right field side. He moved over to short left because Casey's a little bit banged up, and all he's done basically is take over this game.
What a way to fill in, taking control of that position.
And you know, he's a 5-time world champion. He was a part of 4 of those 5. The only reason that he didn't play in the drive for 5 was because he got injured right before the World Series. So he's been in so many of these big games before, and perhaps his best season until this year was 2020 when we didn't even have a World Series. And he is with the Fire now, and he's just as productive, if not more so, than he was with the Thunder.
Gonna get a base check.
Not even his older brother, Eric Rodriguez, has had a double play yet. Tyler's the first Rodriguez to get one.
Well, he can lord that
And
over his
don't
brother.
think he won't tell him about it either.
True sibling rivalry.
And he's the younger, and he played behind Eric all those years.
Scott popping it up in the center midway as he runs to first. Richie trying to come up and grab that, and he has that out.
Richie doing what he can to keep his team in the game. That's a good put out there. 1 out.
It's going to bring Nick Silver up. That Scott Hogwood got shut down on that pop-up.
Silver's caught fire all of a sudden, too, now, scoring his last couple times at the plate.
0 short. Zero. Yes.
Plane up overhead. Some of the clouds are thinning out. The blue sky is shining through again. Got stretching out at the pitcher's mound.
Try to base.
Had a little bit of noise, and so they're going to do a base check again now here. And Silver with Krause on deck.
And the ball just going over the top of the bat.
Crowd still buzzing over that double play, which only really counted for 1 out, but he'll still get credit.
Two
What
double plays today,
what a
though.
fantastic, yeah, two in 2 different games.
Repeat by Randy George and now Tyler Rodriguez.
We've had more double plays than home runs this year, so far.
So far.
Last
Might
year,
be the year. Last year it was the opposite.
last year we had like 4 home runs on the first day.
It's going to be a strike.
Hey, you only need 1.
Let's
Only need one.
let's see if he comes out swinging here or not.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
And he took a
What
pass.
No balls.
So they've gone as far as they can go in this at bat. Full count now.
Here you go, Nick.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
He gone.
And that's going to be a strikeout for Nick Silver.
Two
Bringing
outs as the Heat try to return the favor here and stay in this fight.
Casey Krause. Bright yellow to orange ombre gloves as he does a few squats there to stay stretched and focused.
Bases, please. You have 2 outs. Play.
Getting ready for this pitch.
Set. Ready. Pitch.
And he took a pass.
And he says now when he takes it so that he's got the timing down. That's his routine. He takes the first pitch every time
Set. Ready. Pitch.
and then does that.
Slams it as a bouncing grounder to Richie as he runs to third. Richie
Flores
scrambling
got
to
it.
have it, and he's out. The Heat holding him with 3 outs. Knock, 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 just like that.
Well, what do you think? Who would have thought that? So the 5th inning is scoreless on both sides, and we'll go to the 6th the way we started the 5th, 15-9. So the Heat chasing 6, but they are capable of putting up a 6-run inning. Let's see if they can do it.
And we've been talking about Mind's Eye and St. Louis Lighthouse who have helped assist put this entire on. So St. Louis Lighthouse for the Blind, they assist individuals who are legally blind to maintain dignity and independence by making available employment, education, and support services. Lighthouse for the Blind is a 501c3 nonprofit organization headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, with a mission to provide employment opportunities and services to individuals who are legally blind. We operate 2 plants, a liquid and aerosol manufacturing plant and a packaging and kitting facility, where they manufacture, fill, and assemble and package over 300 commercial and government products. Their diverse capabilities include manufacturing, contract filling, packaging, and kitting. For more information, visit lhbindustries.com. That is St. Louis Lighthouse for the Blind.
Top of the order coming up for the Bayou City Heat, needing 6 to tie and having 3 outs left to work with. The Philly Fire defense 3 outs away from a victory and a showdown with the Indy Thunder tomorrow morning.
Table.
Hey, sorry about that. I love you guys so much. I watched that game yesterday that y'all called. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate it.
Having
You're
an
welcome.
appreciation from Tanner Gears coming up to thank the broadcasters for calling the games as he steps up to home plate.
And
to
he's
bat.
put on a show in both games. He put on a show for us yesterday, and he's done well today, although right now he needs to focus on scoring a run for the Heat as they need 6 to tie as we begin the top of the 6th.
And we have seen him put up 6 in an inning before, but right now 6 is only going to tie him. They're going to need a little cushion. They're going to have to really dig in and play some serious ball.
Well, you get them one at a time, and that's it. You know Fonzie's got no quit to him, so here we go.
Top of the 6th. And it's going to be a quick pop-up to the catcher, LJ.
It's all you and Tanner. Let's go, Tanner.
We have a time called out in the outfield for the plane.
We'll wait for the plane to clear and remind everybody, if you're doing it last minute, voter tokens are still available for members to pick up and cast your ballot in the 2024 NBBA election. The polls close at 8 o'clock this evening. Go to the headquarters tent if you're listening to this game in or near the park, or if you're already back at the hotel, they are going to be giving them out in the hospitality room tonight.
Tanner with a short little pop-up. It's going to roll foul
again.
on the right.
See Cassie Hopkins or Jamie Simpson. Must have photo ID to pick up your voter token.
Tanner coming back up toward home plate.
Also, John Lykowski Jr., our social media specialist, is selling NBBA 2025 calendars, $15 a piece. Part of the proceeds go to the NBBA. They're great calendars featuring some of our elite athletes. Photograph, calendar, get yours, $15. Talk to John Lykowski Jr. Now we've got a chopper for the first time.
We're going to have a substitution on the Heat. 9, Lee Rodriguez.
Lee Rodriguez,
is
the
going.
lefty pull hitter for, what are they putting him in for here? They say 18?
I think he said 18, Daryl.
Daryl, okay.
And that would fit from where he's standing in the batting. A little bit low pitch. He's got 3 strikes, 1 to go. He was all thought he was done. Not yet, Tanner.
Let's go, Tanner.
They got him inched a little bit closer to the plate. And smashing it on the ground right past Tyler as he runs to third. But guess who's right there to pick it up? Justin Rhines.
Rhines moving over to cover Rodriguez and make the play. That's a huge out for the Fire defense. 1 down,
And
2 to
that
go.
was moving through that grass. It was like a hoverboard.
A healthy Justin Rhines, which the Fire were missing for most of this season, just changes the whole dynamic of their defense because he's a heartbreaker out there in left field. And you're going to see as this tournament goes along that each of these elite teams has an elite left field outfielder, the likes of Zach Bueller from the Thunder and Miguel Tello from the Edge. And Justin Rhines certainly one of them. Justin Holland from the Archers or Kyle Bora, whoever they decide to put out there.
Gonna get a base check here for Grant. Left. C.
Now Grant Simpson.
Just over that pitch. Just barely missing that one. And pop up short and left as he runs for first. Tyler coming up on top of that. Can Grant beat him to the base? We're going to check. I mean, he might have beat him.
And they're requesting a review. The Fire are requesting a review. I thought he was safe.
Lee for minor. Okay, yeah, it was Lee for minor. Thank you.
That run's going to stand.
So that is going to be a run.
Boy, another big contribution from Grant Simpson. He's
beating Tyler down to the base.
15-10 now, still 1 out. And now Lee Rodriguez, the lefty pull hitter. Let's see how much they shift here for the Fire.
This is a father-son hitter-catcher combo now. Definitely a family.
And Lee Rodriguez has a championship game walk-off in his career in the World Series way back in 2002 when the Heat won it all as the Houston Bombers up in Glenview. He ended the championship.
And it's going to be hard to the right.
With a ball just like that, except it was fair. Now 22 years later, that's what he does. He generally hugs that right field line, and that may be why they put him in here, to try to get a ball to right field and get a run over on that side.
And just barely missing that. Fonzie telling him, yep, keep it there. That's right on the money. stepping in place there before the pitch. And just missing that.
Ooh. Gotta have it here. Noah Fenney on deck.
And giving a little drop and a foul ball on the right.
Lee needs to jerk it right there down the right field line and try to get it in between Hogwood and Silver, and he can make it to the base.
And it's going to pop up to the right. It's also going to be foul.
I will call it foul ball. Thank you. All your help.
Lee back up at the plate. Fonzie wiping off his hands on get a good grip on the ball.
Ooh.
That's going to be a strike.
So the pinch hitter move does not work out for the Heat. That's the second out of the inning.
It's all going to rest on Noah Fenney here.
Fire defense 1 out away from victory. And now Fenney, who's certainly got power and scoring potential, trying to extend this game.
Number 21, Alex Gonzalez.
We're going to have Alex back in.
And he's coming in for Lupe Perez, so he would be on the on-deck circle. Something must be. Wonder if something's wrong with Lupe, because that would not be an ordinary pinch hit that I would expect in this situation. But
we have a hold up here as we see what that. Just confirming. I do think it has been enough rotations for him to come back. I'm not sure if that's what the issue is.
I think so too, because he was in the 6th spot and Cagle came in. Now, I think that was in the after the 3rd. If that's the case, he's been out 6 outs, but they're gonna. You don't want to mess up here and have a illegal substitution at this point in the ball game. Get a guy called out, and that costs you the game because there's 2 outs now in the 6th. They're down to the last out, needing 5 to tie.
Noah Fenney up at the plate.
Wow, play. Go.
A slamming grounder to left, right over to Tyler as he runs past Tyler, and he's going for first. And
Nope.
he's going to be.
Oh,
he's going to be
They
out.
called him out. They said he had it up in time. 17 mid, and is that Margist for the win?
Is John.
John Margist seals the deal. Fire win.
They don't even have to come up to bat. That is a 15-10 game for Philly.
My Hannigan Team Realty player of the game will be Tyler Rodriguez, with an honorable mention to John Margist. But Tyler Rodriguez for what he did on both sides of the ball, including a one-hop grab. And the victory for the Fire means that the top 4 seeds all hold serve. It'll be Philly Fire, Indy Thunder, and then Indy Edge and Gateway Archers in the winner's bracket semis tomorrow morning.
Thank you again to St. Louis Lighthouse for the Blind, a 501c3 nonprofit organization headquartered here in St. Louis, Missouri, with a mission to provide employment opportunities and services to individuals who are legally blind. Help them maintain dignity and independence by making available employment, education, and support services. For more information, go to lhbindustries.com.
Join us again tomorrow, bright and early, 8 a.m. Central Time. That's 6 a.m. if you're out on the West Coast. And we will have semifinal action from the winner's bracket of the 2024 World Series of Beep Baseball. So long, everyone, from Slice.